It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
From Windsor, Ontario, it's Remotely Zach. And now from Studio 17 in the automotive capital of the world, oh boy, Zachary Thomas.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Welcome to Remotely Zach. I am your host, everybody's favorite, Zachary Thomas. Thank you so much for being here. We got a great show for you this evening. Tonight, we have guests. Jake from YQG, otherwise known by his social media handles Made in YQG, will be talking about a new initiative geared at helping artists experiencing homelessness. Yeah. Really cool, by the way. It is really cool. And the weirdest news found on the internet, baby. But before we begin, I'm seeing a lot of viewers watching my videos, but are not subscribed. For as low as nothing, you can hit the subscribe button and help me out. It's right up there. It's free. Hit red button. Well, did you hear the big news of this week? O.J. Simpson has died following a battle with cancer. Yeah. Don't worry, the cancer will be found not guilty. I mean, this week's other major headline, the total solar eclipse. Did you see it? Well, I saw it in full totality, and it was spectacular. Now, this is a map of the path of totality, and I made the journey 40 minutes south because as you got close to Lake Erie, you got to experience totality. Here in Windsor, it was about 99.2% totality. Yes, I made it my mission to go to totality because I'm not half-assing this. 99.2% no. Speaking of eclipses, a supporter of former President Donald Trump posted this video to social media. Take a look. What a total eclipse of the ass. I mean, like, honestly. Staying on the Trump train, got heated at Fox News recently when discussing Trump's legal troubles. Take a look.
In any of these courtrooms because he's deathly afraid of what's going to happen there. And as many of these January 6th
He's not afraid of anything.
Oh, big man, not afraid, whatever.
I know him.
Okay, I'm sure you do know him, and I don't know him, but I don't think that man who doesn't want to even sleep in a hotel bed wants to go to jail.
First of all, you know Janine's already half in the bag by the time they air. I mean, didn't you hear that? Didn't that sound? How dare you, you good man. All right, back to the eclipse. A Mexican broadcast television station apparently showed a video of a man's testicles during the live coverage. What a nut. By the way, there's not enough glasses to block that, by the way. The video was also uploaded to Twitter. I watched it. And I ain't showing it. Instead, we got a great show for you tonight. We take a look at the weirdest news found on the internet. But first, how about 1,000 burgers? That's coming up next. Stick with us. We're not showing it. I'm not showing it. Kind of like this. Something. Hey everybody, welcome back. Folks, a brand new initiative aimed at helping homeless artists is on full display here in Windsor. So I sat down with Jake from YQG to tell us all about it. Watch. So what inspired this project that you're a part of?
Yeah. So the burger project was inspired by a local influencer who said he bought 1,000 burgers for homeless people in the area. It turns out he didn't. People called the location, confirmed he didn't actually go in and buy them. And then he later admitted it and he said he only used it for clickbait. So I was kind of looking at it, and a few friends sent me the story of it and just said, like, hey, can you just go out and buy 1,000 burgers and we'll make kind of like a video out of it? And I was like, I don't really want to go that route. And it just seems kind of like we're doing the same thing of like, going out, handing out burgers, exploiting people, right? So around that time, Heart from the Streets is a charity art project in the city. It's a passion project by Batul. She's a local artist in the city. They run a lot of art workshops in the local shelters around the area where people can go in. They'll provide art supplies, a safe space to create them, create and express themselves freely. And I messaged her and I just said, hey, like, here's this thing going on right now where people are being exploited. Is there any way we can kind of make this into a positive and maybe commission people experiencing homelessness to draw some burgers, and we'll auction it off for charity. We'll do some merch to raise some funds for the downtown mission, some of the other shelters in the area and stuff like that. And she was completely on board. She was looking for something to do this year that was like a project for the year, because they try to go on like a yearly basis of projects they're working on. And it was just perfect timing. So she loved the idea and she jumped right on the chance to be able to be a part of this.
So what kind of an impact do you think this is going to have?
The impact as of right now has been actually pretty significant. I've gotten so many DMs from notable people in the city seeing what's going on and what I'm actually trying to do with, calling this person out, but in a palatable way for everybody to kind of grasp what it is and kind of have fun with it through art and provide people, a way of expressing themselves about it. For the long term, I do know that Heart from the Streets, after this project is over, is going to continue operating as normal, operating their art workshops in the shelters. We're just hoping this raises additional funds for them to continue doing this on a larger scale at more shelters with more people, more volunteers, that type of thing. And that kind of leans into what we're doing after our art gallery showing. We're going to be doing a lot of fundraising events. We're going to have a final auction of all the original artworks in August. And we're hoping to raise a lot of funds for Downtown Mission and Heart from the Streets, as well as all the artists that are experiencing homelessness as well. We've been documenting all their names, everything like that. And we want to give them an even split from all their merch sales and that type of thing.
Yeah, so do you guys see yourselves collaborating on any future projects?
I would love to do that. Batul and the whole team, we have a couple of people on the team right now. We have Naheen doing finances. We have Emma on social media and Mackenzie, who's the volunteer coordinator, as well as Batul, the founder of the project. I love the whole team. They're so great to work with. This one was kind of like a one-off meme project, if you will. Like, it was kind of like a weird idea, and it kind of just got us all together. But I could see myself for sure working with the project in the future. Maybe not necessarily as big of a production value as this one is, but definitely behind the scenes and helping them out where I can.
So have you heard from the local homeless community or even the downtown mission about this project?
Yeah, so the downtown mission has actually kind of collaborated in on this. I let them know about the project before I even started it. And I just said, hey, is this something you'd be interested in representing? We would like to do merch sales with a portion of the profits, benefiting you. And they had their own stories about this local influencer, in their whole area. I was just at a local art workshop at H4, which is the former Water World. And I got a chance to sit down with, I want to say 4 or 5 people experiencing homelessness and just kind of asking them their experience with, people shoving cameras in their face, for instance, without them knowing. And, it was kind of heartbreaking because there was actually 2 stories of people there who said, oh, I could never be on camera. Like, nobody's ever, put a camera up to me or whatever. But I've seen them on videos, unfortunately, right? So it's this heartbreaking moment where it's like, do you tell them that they were exploited and their presence is on the internet? And that was kind of something we had to talk about as a team with the people at the workshop, being like, these people don't even know that they're being exploited for views on the internet. And it's just a really sad thing where, like, it's hard to understand unless you're actually in that and listening to them speak about it, right? Because it's their world and it's like, they're put aside for the content, right? Like, and that's the main goal of these content creators, unfortunately, is like putting their feelings and their person second, and they're just kind of going for the content. So it was really sad hearing their experiences with people filming them specifically for views,
It is. I mean, like, they're going through a lot already. They don't need the added, gawkery as
Oh, of course.
as it is. So where can someone like me, or our audience for that matter, find this project?
So we currently have a website. It's called heartfromthestreets.com. As well as Instagram. They have their own @ I don't have anything to do with running their Instagram, but it's @heartfromthestreets. They post a lot of just pictures of the project here once in a while, just to kind of showcase what we have in the gallery. The gallery submissions, so we do have a submission box in the gallery right now. So if anybody does want to get involved, on the second floor of Art Windsor Essex, there is a little section in the studio where it has papers with burger templates where you can draw your own. And then if you go up to the third floor in our display, you can actually submit them. And then we'll be showing those in August with all the other artworks, and it'll go towards raising more funds.
So with all this burger talk and burger project, has it ruined burgers for you? Are you just like, oh, I don't want to hear about it anymore?
It hasn't gotten to that point yet, and I think I'm actually kind of proud of the project and what it is. So the burger isn't necessarily symbolizing a burger for me. It's kind of like the mission of the whole project is kind of just encapsulated in that currently. But the heart of the project is not necessarily a burger forever, right? It's just kind of the thing of the moment that's the focus, because it was, taking his misrepresented donation claims and just kind of turning it into a positive thing. So it's not going to ruin burgers for me. If anything, it's kind of like a proudful moment when you just kind of take a look at everything, and it's like, maybe just enjoy a burger after, seeing the art gallery,
Okay, for my audience out there who is hungry because we were talking burgers, not actual burgers, so relax.
Yes.
So I have a couple minutes left, and I always like to play kind of like toss 3 random questions at my guests.
Okay.
You can pass on one of them, so choose wisely. A little game I like to call.
Can I answer all of them?
You can answer all of them, but you can only pass on one.
Okay.
So, what does Jake do on his spare time?
My spare time, I run Made in YQG. It's my passion project. I support local businesses. I support local people who are doing interesting things. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. We're spending this moment together, just kind of supporting each other and building the community up. And that's what I like to do in my spare time.
Yes. Also, thank you for being here. And also, can you try to get me into the VIP lounge at the casino?
Feel free to join me. Yeah, come. I'll get you in right now.
Question 2, what kind of music does Jake like to listen to when he's in the car?
When I'm in the car, any album by The Weeknd. It's my favorite artist. It's basically just on loop the whole time. And then if not, I've been on this weird Dan McDonald trip of just listening to him talk. So that's my music in the car currently. Just because, I was grateful for being on his show. So I've just been listening to him talk all morning.
Yes. Look, I'm somebody who fancies a bit of Taylor Swift. So
hey, why not?
Yes.
Do you think she's going to do like a Beyonce switch where she switches genres at all?
Well, I mean, let's be clear. She's done, I feel like every album is a different genre.
True.
We had her country, we had her pop, we had her folk, we had her back.
Do you think she's going to do like gangster rap next?
Look, I'm not the biggest rap fan, all right, but I will listen.
But if Taylor Swift did it, you would listen to it.
I would listen, and it would be good.
Exactly, yeah.
And I guess the final question is, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me everywhere. My main platform is on Instagram @MadeInYQG, and I also have a personal page that I just started yesterday. It's @JakeInYQG, which I'm Jake, and I'm in YQG.
I'm Zach, and so am I. We'll be right. Thank you for coming, or actually being on the show. We'll be right back with the weirdest news found on the internet. Stick around. Welcome back, folks. It's time for another edition of one of my favorite segments, Zach Says What We're All Thinking. CTV Windsor anchor Stephanie Mazzotti wore a white outfit with cow spots on a recent newscast of CTV Windsor. Now, I know what you're thinking. I knew I forgot the milk. Kelsey Ballerini shined at the CMT Awards wearing a see-through gown. And now I know what you're thinking. Is she wearing a shower curtain? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. On Monday, people got the chance to see the total solar eclipse safely, of course, wearing those glasses. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Somewhere, some way, somehow. Folks, moving on. Folks, it's Friday, and that means it's time to take a look at the weirdest news found on the internet. Time for Weird News. The couple that doesn't pass gas together stays together. That's the case for former Bachelorette JoJo Fletcher. During an appearance on Caitlin Bristow's Off the Vine podcast, former quarterback Jordan Rodgers confirmed that Fletcher has yet to pass gas in front of him. Really? 'Cause I'd be doing freedom! Freedom! Rodgers went on to say, I did get crop dusted one time, adding it was in a separate room, and I happened to walk into the room, and I was like, oh, you did? Yes. Yes, I did. It's time to head to the Great White North for the stories that'll make you say, oh, Canada. Alcohol lovers, rejoice, because Ontario Premier Doug Ford wants to bring back paper bags to the LCBO. That's right, if you want to drink on the street, you should have the right to conceal it. You should have the right. Right, you know. The Liquor Control Board of Ontario announced it would be phasing out free paper bags in April 2023, noting it would divert about 2,665 tons of waste from landfills. Plus, when it comes down to the bags, a 6-bottle bag and large reusable bags cost about $2.95, while a 2-bottle reusable bag is available for $1.25. Now, the bags are made from recycled water bottles. A 4-pocket organic cotton bag is available for about $15. La-di-da. I mean, with the bag, you can at least drink in secret. But I mean, with those other bags, all you're going to hear is clink, clink, ding, dang. Though the positive note, you can just reach out, grab a bottle of wine, and hand it to the guy on the subway so he'll quit masturbating. Well, that's the weirdness for this week. And yes, it is time for your dad joke of the week. Why are ghosts such bad liars? You can see right through them. It's a good one. It's a good one. I always knew about that little bastard Casper. Anyway, that's the show for this evening. I want to say thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the show, please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to the Zachattackproductions YouTube channel. You can also follow us on social media. Those links are always down in the description below. I want to say thanks to my guest Jake from Made in YQG, as well as my announcer Riley Livingston. I've been your host Zach, and I'll see you again next time. Same place, same time. Good night.
That was easy.
Indeed it was.
Well, that's the show for
Indeed
tonight.
it was.
Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with all the latest Remotely Zach. You can also follow us on our social media. I'm Riley Livingston. Good night.